What is up, guys? Fuck you. It's your boy Dante Beatz, back with another banging video. I got Grant Yazel here today. Say hi, Grant. So, you are now logged on to Totally Unprofessional Music Review. Today, we had tried for at least a solid hour to try to find the new songs from J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only.
All the links were just completely bullshit links to his old songs, like 2003 shit.
Yeah, so we'll probably see like a week or two, see if it starts getting, maybe Vivo. That's what I figured Vivo would probably hit it up.
Right.
But we didn't find anything official, so sorry about that. We'll probably have to wait to review his stuff. But for now, we actually decided for our mainstream artist, we are going to review the song Eat by Young M.A. that he just released, or she just released. It depends on what her preference is, and we're not labeling her on this show because we don't label people. So, anyways, yeah, so Young M.A. Eat, link will be in the description, and I'll spell it out for you so you can go peep out the original artist. Watch them do their thing over at their channel, and yeah, so I'm gonna play a 30-second clip, and we'll get right back to you.
Nobody's safe anymore. Had to wake you niggas up, I couldn't wait anymore. Got so much shit on my mind, couldn't think anymore. I swear when this album drop, they gon' hate me some more. You gon' see red everywhere, like a steak when it's raw. Fuck around and call me M.A. Shakur. I'ma take him to war. Top of the hill, that's me waving that sword. Couldn't wait to be on. Big rappers hate to be born. Speaking of birth, I just wanna thank my mother for having me after she had my brother. All that pain and that suffer, she ain't just half as natural. The doctors, they had to cut her. I love you, Mom. C-section, but what a blessing. Who would've guessed it? The next best is nobody expected. Me, a she, nigga accepted, I'm here. I swear to God, I ain't scared of these niggas. Damn.
Okay, so first off, I have to start by saying one would watch this video and look at Grant and be like, he's not into Young M.A., he's not into anything like that. He's not that type of boy. But actually, he's really okay with it. Like, we listen to this kind of stuff. We listen to St. John, another big artist. What's that one guy? Fam? PH?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and then we got, of course, Kyle. He's alright with some of Kyle's stuff. He's really open to music, so why we brought him on the show, because his opinion is just as well as anybody else's. So with that being said, guys, I'd like to say my piece first. Young M.A. released Ooh. That's literally what it's called. And at first I thought, I didn't like it, honestly. I didn't like it. I thought it was too typical. I didn't really catch the flow of it. I mean, the rap was, decent, but it's like, what new can you bring to the table? But as far as being mainstream, they've got their shit down. They've got it to a point to where it's like tolerable. It's like you would hear that and be like, oh, that'd probably be on the radio or something. But then my man's released Eat. This is literally 6 minutes and 37 seconds of just straight rap. Right towards the end, it kind of breaks down, and he just kind of gets real simple with it. Just kind of to refresh things, but basically the whole song is just straight savagery all the way through. There's some gang related terms in there that I don't quite understand. Something about Red Gang. I don't really want to make assumptions here, but as far as realness, I mean, he brought it to the table. Really, I like this. Beat was real nice and classy. Just basic. Just rap the whole time. It was really good. I liked it. I'd probably download it after this video because it's a really good song, and I like the way that he chose to rap this time. So it's a yeah for me. I like it. What do you have to say about it?
I really like the song. Right into the song, it just starts going in on the rap, and it's just 6 minutes of that, and at the end, like Ian said, it does fade out, and just all the lyrics are straight to heart, real shit. And you can obviously tell that in the flow and the emotion of the song, the emotion of the video. I personally have stumbled upon Young M.A. a couple weeks ago, I believe, in my recommended tab on YouTube. And
Probably Ooh.
Yeah, probably Ooh. That's probably the most recommended one. And I went into it, and it's a little bit different for me because my background is more into like EDM music and a little bit more trap, things like that. And the flow was a little bit different for me, but I can really get into it, especially when Young M.A. released E. It's pretty much the best to date, and they've set a pretty high bar for themselves releasing it.
Especially 6 minutes of that. I mean, you go to the end of the video, and it's true of rap all the way up to right there at the end, where they kind of go back to the classic Young M.A. style.
Yeah, it's definitely refreshing. Definitely refreshing in a world full of kind of... I feel like rap has kind of got to a point where a lot of artists are regurgitating kind of the same stuff.
True.
And Young M.A. just goes fucking straight in on it.
Yeah. It's like before we went to Young M.A., I actually just typed in Drake to see if he was doing anything new. He did something with Future about a month or two ago. I can't even remember what it's called. What's it called?
Used to This,
yeah. And it's like, I love Drake. I really do. I love Drake. I've been a huge... My brother actually introduced me to Drake when I was, 12, 13. At that phase, I was like, that whole mom, it's not a phase type phase. But he introduced me to Drake, and I was like, you know what? I love his voice. You guys, you have your own opinions, but I didn't like it. He didn't like it. We didn't feel it.
Right. What happens in the video, it seems like, and I'm not going to try and review the song, but Future takes up 2/3 of the screen time on there, as well as just a huge array of ass and like no other imagery but just ass.
Yeah.
Which one can't really complain about, but at the same time there has to be a little bit more effort put forth, and I think Future I think he kind of dropped the ball on this. Yeah. Some of his other works, like Every Day last year that he released with, I forget the singer, he's like a classic singer, but Every Day just is amazing. I have that on my personal track list, and he goes off on that too, and it's a nice classy beat. But I feel like the only highlight of that song is that Drake goes over it, and he completely...
For me, Drake is always... He's always a for me. Always. I love Drake. I love the way that he sounds. He has a special place in my heart. Especially when he dropped Hell Yeah, Fucking Right. That song was like, it really didn't matter what kind of music ethnicity you were from. It was just like, you got into it. It's just this groove. And Drake just has this groove in my heart. But anyways... So that's it for Young M.A. You guys know our pieces about it now. And now we're going to go to a lesser known artist. This is a group, or maybe even one person. I can only assume it's two people from the little thumbnail that they have for their album cover.
They just released it this week. The album, I believe, is called Beautiful Disaster.
And so these people are called Dubs with a V. Might be difficult for you because it was difficult for me, but we're reviewing the song 24 Karat by Dubs. Let's give it a nice listen.
German secret societies. 24 Karat.
Alright, so that was 24 Karat. I have always loved trap. Right after, the whole death metal phase I'm sure that we all run through. I went to, like dubstep and EDM and, stuff like that. Had a huge dubstep phase for a while, but then I was introduced to trap. I can't remember the first song that I was introduced to, but I'm sure it was something that had to do with Bass Nectar. I think somebody trap remixed it, and I was like, dude, this is wonderful. I gotta get it. So ever since then, it's just been, you know, looking for the new flips that people in their trap songs do. And 24 Karat doesn't have a lot of views right now, actually. So you should definitely go peep that out. I'm gonna put the link in the description, like a young MA. But anyways, these guys, I mean, like right now we're looking at the photo album cover for their new album, Beautiful Disaster. And it's like, you're looking at it, and, you know, I don't want to describe too much of it because I really want you to go check this out and experience this for yourself. But you wouldn't ever think. And right to the build, which is the part that we just played, right to the build, it's like, they got, you know, the classic trap horns, and you're like, okay, this is going to be a typical one. But they did some crazy-ass crab scratching, and you guys know me. I'm such a fan of crab scratching. I can't wait until I personally figure out how to do it, because that'll just unlock a bunch of doors for me. But I am such a fan of crab scratching, and they just went in. I haven't listened to it on my my car system yet, which, by the way, I was going to talk to you guys about that. If you want me to review some stuff in my car with my sub, I'd be totally down to do that. But anyways, I haven't listened to it in my car though, but from what I hear, it sounds like it's going to be absolute epilepsy, so I'm totally down for it. But it's a solid yes for me. I'm 100% downloading this after this video because I just love it. I love it. 24 Karat is solid. So
I already downloaded it before I left my house to come over here.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You look at the two guys in this, the two producers, and you wouldn't necessarily think trap. Like, you look at DJ Snake, yeah, I see a little bit more. But these two guys, they're just like straight California hippie culture, and then producing this, you don't really expect it, but in today's music, you kind of just learn to expect stuff like that. Now, personally, I learned about dubs about, I would say, 3 or 4 years ago when they released Tsunami with Borges, which that was still really under the radar, and I've been into EDM since I was in like 7th or 8th grade, whenever my dad got the Sirius XM in his truck, and I just started listening to BPM all the time, and then that led to just pretty much searching every couple weeks, every week or so, in my subscriptions to a bunch of varying EDM artists and a bunch of varying EDM channels and things like that. And so that's where I've had most of my musical experience. I had it in alt-rock beforehand, and I did go through the phase thing with all the hardcore bands and all that from 6th to 8th grade, and then that kind of evolves, and it kind of teaches you what taste in music goes from. And if anybody still listens to that stuff, I mean, that's cool. It takes serious effort to make some of that stuff, and personally, my opinions have just shifted from it. But as far as the actual song, dubs, it just completely goes in, and this whole album, it seems, they released one with Juicy J. I forget, Moonrock, that one, with Juicy J, and it's pretty good, pretty reminiscent of a little bit of classic rap and a little bit of newer rap. And
and also the song Wicked Ways is on their new album, which we had already had plans to review that, so you might want to peep that out. We'll probably end up covering that eventually, but that one is definitely a banger too. We already listened to it. It's definitely solid. But yeah, 24 Karat, awesome. Go check it out. Link in the description. But as for the music, you now have our piece on the totally unprofessional music review. So it's your boy, Dante Beatz, signing off.